Our sources are telling NBC News that tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow in New York City, the Manhattan DA's office is expected to charge the Trump Organization with tax-related crimes. One person has told NBC News that the charges are expected to be filed around 2 p.m. Eastern. It is unclear whether or not the Trump Organization's chief financial officer and longtime Trump associate, Alan Weisselberg, will also be charged criminally. Weisselberg and his attorneys have not commented on the investigation or the impending charges. Harry and Claire are still here. Harry, reading the tea leaves, what are you expecting tomorrow?
Weisselberg will be charged. It won't be the kind of thunderous things we've been talking about over the last few weeks, but they went to him and said, look, cooperate or we're going to come at you with this. This is what we have now. He said, no, come at me, and they will charge him. In the scheme of things, it's relatively modest, but it's a serious felony, a thought-through one, and could lead to at least some jail time. More importantly, grand jury continues to sit until November. They've made it clear it's just a first step, but I anticipate it'll be Weisselberg and some entity within the organization, maybe not the organization itself, maybe a holding corporation, but that also will be charged with knowingly being fraudulent on the taxes.
Claire, I only raise this because it's a play that's been run before by the twice impeached, disgraced ex-president who happens to be named individual number one in Michael Cohen's charging documents. Total and complete exoneration. That was his reaction to the Mueller report, which found 6 acts of criminal obstruction of justice and found a shared mission between America's adversary, Russia, and the Trump campaign. What do you expect the gap to be between the reality, which is that his company is expected to be charged criminally tomorrow, perhaps his top money man and closest confidant, and what we expect the disgraced ex-president to say and do?
Well, first of all, we know what the ex-president will do. He will lie, and he will try to pretend that this is some unfairness on the part of the criminal justice system. But we also know what he cares about, and what he cares about is his branding. And he has built the brand of the Trump Organization over decades with the help of the man that will be indicted tomorrow. And the man who is indicted tomorrow is the one who knows everything about how Donald Trump lied in his businesses, about his assets, about the taxes he owed, about what things were worth, about how he treated people. He lied about whether or not he owed people money. So all of that is really going to hurt Donald Trump, whether he admits it or not, because his business will never be looked on as a shining success again by the people who need to see it as a positive, the bankers, the funders, the investors. He's done. He is done as a businessman. He's going to be out there selling pillows in about 10 minutes.
Harry, do indicted companies get to host golf tournaments? And I mean, do people do business with indicted companies?
You know, not a lot. Now, we were talking about charges that let banks call in loans and ruin them immediately. I don't think that's what we're talking about here, but it's a clear body blow, as Claire says. And remember, more to come, more to come.
Harry